Sounds pretty good. So let's go. So yeah, the build quality of this bike is pretty good. I think no other bikes in this segment really beats this one. And if we talk about the design, I think the bike is really compact in person, and the headlight also seems to be a smaller one for me. Yeah, the bike is not as much as appealing as other bikes in this segment, and also I really don't like the tail section of this bike. It something reminds me of a Platina's tail lamp, which is kind of compressed vertically. But other than that, I think everything else looks good. Coming to the performance of this bike, you know, this is a 400cc liquid cooled engine. I really love this bike until 90 kilometers per hour, and beyond that a small bit of vibration starts creeping in on foot pegs, little bit on the buzz on the handlebar, but then they tend to seem to be gone away after 110 or once you start reaching 120 kilometers per hour. So that is where you can find your sweet spot on the highways. And there is significant heating issues during summer, but during the other seasons I haven't faced any issue with this bike. So I think there's a lot of discussion that has been going around this bike with those owners who has bought this bike in summer. And then coming to the top speed, I think it shows 180 here, but then I tried to hit it, goes till 160 kilometers per hour, and this is speedo indicated, but when I tested with the GPS and all, it is close to 145 kilometers per hour. There is a speedo error, I believe. And this console layout and everything is not appealing again, because whenever you look at this console, my eyes goes to the screen but never to this analog reading here. And also I prefer to have a rev counter this side and then a speedo in the digital console itself. And you see this rev reading here, it is a joke. It is literally a joke, and I can't see a thing. It is very difficult to read the rev limiter or the rev readings here. And initially this bike had a lot of issues with the instrument console itself, like the distance to empty and the fuel indicator both seems to be pretty wrong. But now after the software updates or the ECU updates, everything seems to be sorted out. So that is where the Triumph has shined. So it has taken the feedback. I think it heard the customers and everyone, and then they fixed it. And the suspension of this bike is damn good, and I don't think you will get this kind of suspension in any other bikes these days at this price point, definitely. Right now I'm cruising at 110. The bike is very calm, composed. It's not stressed at all. Within the city, I travel around 30 kilometers every day from my home to office, and my office is located near Mindspace, and I get mileage of around 24 to 26 per liter. And on the highways, let me show you. Right now it shows 30, but then when you calculate it goes around to 27 to 28. So it is down by 3 or 2 units from whatever it is shown in the console. So that's it. I think apart from this, the service costs, right? The first service cost is around 2000, and then the second service is around 2700. So I have done the second service of this bike in the last month. The reason being, I have got the engine oil check light, or low pressure or low engine oil pressure, whatever you call it. So I'm bothered a little bit, and then I took it to the service center. They have checked it and they thought it could be a faulty sensor, but after checking this again, they have come to the conclusion that the oil is low. So this is quite bothersome because they give the second service at 16,000 kilometers of interval, but then I had to go for 8,000 kilometers itself. Not even 8,000, 7,600 kilometers to be honest. So that's it. If you want to know anything else, please let me know. And the headlight of this bike is pathetic. Night times it is pathetic, and during rain, forget about riding this bike in rains during night time. It's horrible. It's really horrible. You have to get the aux lights fixed. I think that is the weakest point of this bike. Yeah, the headlight. And you don't get adjustable clutch lever or the brake lever. I would prefer that. Coming to the accessories on this bike, I think I have installed only a windshield that would cost around 3,000, and then luggage rack, it is an aftermarket, and then the top box, that is also an aftermarket, and both will sum up to 10,000. If you go to the Triumph service center, you will get a smaller top box, but for around 13,000, the overall setup, the luggage rack and then the top box. But the advantage with that is you can use your Triumph bike key itself to unlock your top box. That is the reason being, when you purchase a bike, they will give you extra 2 locks, I believe, which you can use for your top box or panniers, anything as such. Great. And then what did I miss? Yeah, okay. When I purchased the bike, I think it is a rainy season, so all the dirt from the back tire used to fall on the pillion seat, and sometimes on me as well. So that is very pathetic. So they have no tire hugger as an accessory as well, which would have been great for all the customers. But what Triumph did instead, they have come up with a mud splash kit, which I have installed on this bike, and it costed me around 500 to 600, and that is actually, it does a decent job. I would not say it will completely save the bike in rainy season from getting all the dirt falling on your bike. It will save the dirt falling from the pillion at least, so that is something good. And then if you look at the tire, the chain and the back tire, that complete area itself, it looks pretty dirty, so a tire hugger is a must for this bike. That is something I'm looking to install later on. Yep, these are my honest thoughts or feedback or whatever you call it, my opinion on this bike. Love it, like it, share with your friends who is going to buy a Triumph Speed 400. And one more pretty interesting thing is, when you leave the handlebar, the bike really doesn't go straight. It goes towards right side. Are you seeing it? It went from one lane to another already. So this is not fixed in my bike, even after visiting the service center multiple times. So thanks for watching. This is Sharit. See you soon in the next video.